So hello back to my 8th session of QNX awareness videos. In the last session we learned about how to debug processes with TRACE32. In this session we will learn how to debug libraries with TRACE32. It's quite similar to process debugging, just to enable libraries and load the library symbols. So how do we start? First of all, you have to tell TRACE32 that you want to debug libraries, so it takes care of all the libraries in the system. We do this by choosing QNX, in the symbol autoloader, set components checked, and you see that the processes are checked by default, and we add the library checking in this case. Okay, that's it. Now, as already seen in my last session, we start to debug a process as usual, and in this case my demo application, which is called sieve_g. So QNX, process debugging, debug process on main, sieve_g, and we send the command to this terminal window so that it is automatically executed. Okay. It asks for my symbol file of the process, and here we are at the main entry point of the process. Switch the mode that you can see the main of the process. Now let's see which libraries this process uses. QNX display processes. You can see all the processes, and especially the sieve_g. Double click on the magic to get more information and enhance the libraries tree, and you can see that there are quite a lot of libraries used by this process. Let's close that one. Now we want to debug into a library called librico_g.so.1. This one was generated by me with symbol information, that's why it is called _g. And how do we load the symbols of this library? Simply right click on the address of the library and select Load Library Symbols. The debugger then asks you for the symbol file of the library, and we will have a look where this library resides on the host. So let's go back. It's actually this directory where it is generated, and the _g. Now on the target it is called librico_g.so.1. That's why it is searching for this one here. On the host, actually it's called librico.so.g. If we select all files, then you can see that it's this file, and we open it. Now if you look into the area window, you can see that the last message was that we loaded the librico_g.so file. Now we want to set a breakpoint into the library actually. So we do as usual, view, symbols, browse functions, go up to get all the modules loaded, and now you can see that proc_nt is our kernel. We loaded the symbols of the process sieve_g, and we loaded the symbols of librico_g.so. Now let's go down into this library, and we can see that this library only contains one function, which is called Calc Circle. Double click on it to see the function. Here we are. Double click on the first line to set a breakpoint onto the entry point. Let's close this one, and move this one down, so we're back. And now we say go. And as you can see, the debugger holds at the breakpoint that we set inside the library with the function Calc Circle. If we switch the mode, you can see the address of this function, and if you know QNX and its layout, you know that the 7.8 in this case means that this one is really running in the library address range. So let's switch back to mode. And now, of course, move it a little bit, we can simple step through the functions inside the library. We will return, and we are returning into the call of Calc Circle, of course, which is within our main loop of our process. So we are back in the process. Let's set a breakpoint onto that call and go again. And now let's step into Calc Circle. So you're debugging inside the process and you want to step into the library. Now there's first a call into random. So if we step in, do a single step, we of course first go into random. Let's step through that one, over that one, return, and step back. And the next step then, of course, goes into Calc Circle, our library routine. So we're back in the library routine and are able to debug our library now. Go up, and we're back in the main routine. So that's actually everything you have to know about how to debug into library routines. Simply search for your process which uses the library and right click on each library that you want to debug, load library symbols, and that's it actually. And then you have access to your functions and you can set breakpoints and debug into the libraries and whatsoever. Of course, there are also scripting commands that you can use to load libraries automatically or to load the symbols of several libraries at once, so that you can automate the startup and the debugging of libraries. So that's it for now, rather short session, and head on for the next session, which will be then about SMP support. We have here an SMP system that uses 2 cores, and I will tell a little bit more about how TRACE32 handles the SMP systems. Stay tuned for the next session.